Hello, welcome to the first lesson. This is the introduction to the course, and we'll review the syllabus in this lesson. So with each lesson, I'm going to start with a set of the objectives for the lesson. There's two objectives for this lesson. The first one will be to review the syllabus, so we'll talk about what's in the syllabus and how the course will be run, as well as the structure of the course. We're also going to talk about the sequencing of the course. How will you move through the course? Before we get to the syllabus, though, let's just start a little bit more broadly. Why is it important to take college writing in the first place? College writing is one of the more important classes that you have here, and it's one of the most important classes to take towards the beginning of your college career, because college writing helps to prepare you for the rigors of writing in college and the professional world. College writing is different than writing you might have done in high school, or writing emails, or any writing that you might do in your career, because college writing has a lot of specific requirements. There's a lot of things that professors will be looking for, but they won't necessarily teach you how to do that, and that's what we're going to be doing in this class, is learning the fundamentals of college writing. And that'll help you if you want to write professionally, in academic journals when you get into the workforce. College writing also introduces you to some of the conventions of academic writing. That's the kind of writing that you're going to be expected to do mostly in college. So a good part of the course will be talking about what is academic writing, what are some of the foundational skills of academic writing, and how can you do it effectively to be successful in your courses. College writing also helps you to learn how to develop your ideas. So we'll talk about how do you develop your ideas and how do you support your ideas when you're making arguments or writing persuasive essays. College writing will teach you how to use APA style. So APA is the style required by the college. Other professors won't tell you how to do that, but they will expect that you, when you're doing research papers, that you use APA style. So we're going to talk about what is APA style and how do you use it. Finally, we're going to do some grammar and sentence skills in here to help reinforce some of the basics of writing. We won't do too many lessons on that, but we do have one lesson for each major unit that's sort of a grammatical sentence component. I'm also going to give you some feedback on your grammar when I see your journals and see your essays too, so you will get some practice on that as well. So hopefully you're excited for the class. Now let's turn to the syllabus. So we're going to look at the syllabus right now, and we're going to talk about three things really: the course description and the knowledge outcomes, the required materials for the course, and the assignments and grading for the course. In addition, we're going to sort of review the sequencing for the class and the structure. But let's turn to that right now. I have that over here. If you're on the learning software on the course portal, underneath this video, you can see a copy of the syllabus. You can download it there. Definitely make sure you download it and save it or print it out so you can refer to the syllabus at any time. But I'm going to pull up an electronic copy right now. Here's the syllabus for the class. This is the same kind of syllabus that you're going to see for all of your classes. So it has the name of the class. So this is Writing 101 or English 1. It has the name of the instructor. That's me, Brooks Winchell. You can just call me Brooks, that's fine. My office is in 411, which is the main office. I have a desk in the back. I'm here pretty much every day during the week. So if you're on campus or you want to stop by and say hi, or you have some questions about some of the lessons we're doing, feel free to stop by the office. This is my phone number. This is the phone for the office, so I don't actually check it that frequently, so it's not really the fastest or best way to get in touch with me. This is everything you need to know about communicating with me. This is my email. It goes directly to my cell phone, and I check it constantly. So if you need to get in touch with me or you have a question about something, definitely email me here. The email's kind of long. It's brooks.winchell@go.cambridgecollege.edu. That's also going to be really important because that's where you're going to be sending all of your journals and essay assignments electronically to my email. So you're going to have to, and I prefer if everybody uses their Cambridge College email. So we'll talk about that on the first night. How do you use your Cambridge College email? And I prefer if everybody would use it and contact me through that, but that's going to be important. So here's the class, Writing 101, LAO 1. Notice that I didn't fill in the course date and time. We're going to talk about that on the first night, but if we decide to go with this competency class and you try to do the videos on your own, the dates are very flexible and the times are very flexible too. So I left those blank. But if we keep this as a traditional course, the times will be roughly 6 to 10 o'clock on Wednesday night, and we'll have the dates will be, I think it's about 10 weeks. But we'll talk about that on the first night. Here's the course description. So all courses have a description, and they're important because it gives us a good sense of what are we going to do in here. So I already gave you a little bit of an idea of what this course is going to do, but here's the official description. Through challenging readings, class discussion, small group collaboration, and different forms of writing, students learn the skills and process of thinking on paper. They learn to construct an argument or a discussion that supports a clear thesis and present it effectively in a well-organized essay that observes the conventions of written English. A lot of these are the things that I already mentioned, but we're going to be talking more about this. We're going to write arguments. We're going to talk about theses very shortly. Most of the class is going to be talking about organizing your essay, and then we're going to do some of the conventions of English. They learn to write academic papers, so there's that word, academic writing, academic papers, that analyze and synthesize, fancy words for thinking critically, issues suggested in 2 or more readings. Critical reading, critical thinking, research skills, and forms of documentation, i.e. APA style, are also introduced. Here's the objectives of the course. So these are sort of, I broke it down into clearer objectives. The first objective is to practice critical reading and thinking. So we're going to do a lot of reading in here, and we're going to be thinking critically about the things we're reading. Teach students about the process of academic discourse, writing process and academic discourse. We're going to talk about process in the next learning video, and we'll be talking about academic discourse quite a bit in Unit 2. Teach students to apply the revision strategies to written compositions, and we're going to be working on that all semester with each of the major essays. Teach students about the research process and its relation to writing. This will primarily be Essay 4, the final research essay for the class. Teach students to recognize and avoid errors in standard written English, grammar, mechanics, and stylistics. And yeah, we'll be talking about that a little bit throughout the course as well. So there's the description, there's the objectives. Hopefully that gives you a pretty clear idea of what we're doing in the class. Here are the required materials for the class. First, it's important to note, I didn't put it on here, but you're definitely going to need access to a computer. If we're going to be running this class through these videos, you're going to have to be able to get online to see the videos. So hopefully you have a computer at your house, or access to a computer or a tablet or something like that. If you don't, you can definitely use the computers here in the computer lab. If you don't have a computer at home, you could just plan on coming here on Wednesday nights at 6 o'clock and plan on watching the videos on the computer and doing your lessons here. In addition, you're going to need 2 books, and these are really important to get right away. The first book is Graf, Birkenstein, Durst, 2011. It's called They Say, I Say with Reading, 2nd edition by New York, Norton, and the ISB is right here, 978-0393-912753. And I actually have a picture of that so we can take a look at it, but we'll look at it in a second. The second book is by Diana Hacker. It's 2009. It's called The Writer's Reference. You can either get the 6th edition or the 7th edition. They're both about the same. The 6th one's a little bit cheaper, so you might want to get that one. That's from Boston, Bedford St. Martin. And the ISBN is right here, 978-031259-3322. That's also going to be an important book. This first one we're going to be using once we get into Lesson 2. So you're not going to be able to proceed into Lesson 2 until you have this book. So you definitely want to get this ASAP. That is, right after this lesson is done, go on Amazon or whatever your textbook provider is, book, make sure, try to get it within a week if you can. The second book is the Writer's Reference. You don't need that one for a little bit longer, but you do want to get it soon. This is basically a guide to APA style, and it also has some grammar instruction and grammar lessons that we're going to be using in here. So there's 2 books for the course, the Graf, Birkenstein, and Durst, and the Hacker, A Writer's Reference. Let's just take a quick look at those. here's the Amazon website with the hacker. So it looks just like this. It's the red cover. They say I Say with Reading, 2nd edition. It has a lot of good writing structure tips, and it also has some really good readings. And all of our readings are going to be from this book or from the online library. So you're definitely going to get that. A lot of people really like this book as well. It's what here, $42 to buy new. You know, just come on here right after you're done, add it to the cart, buy it immediately. The second book is Diana Hacker's A Writer's Reference, 6th edition. And this you can also get on Amazon. So this one's only $5, so it's a lot cheaper, which is good. The other one is this one. So this one's more. It's $61. It's the blue color. But I would suggest getting the white one. That's fine. Add that one to it too. It's a really good book. Only $5. Definitely worth getting. So there are the textbooks for the class. Let's just briefly go back to the syllabus for 1 second. So here's the syllabus. So we have the course goals, we have the textbooks and required materials that you're going to order right after this class. Here are the course requirements. So if we were running this as a traditional class, we would also have participation. We don't have participation here because you have to complete each of the assignments in order to complete the class. So participation is not really that relevant. Plus you're going to be watching the videos on your own. What we do have are the journals. I mentioned those a few times. We're going to have 7 journals throughout the semester, and each journal is going to be worth 10 points each for a total of 70 points. We also have 4 major essays. The first essay is going to be an argument, it's 50 points. The second one is a summary response, that's 75 points. The third one is a critical response, which is 75 points. And the fourth one is a research essay, which is 100 points. So we're going to talk about, we're going to have 4 different units, and each unit will end with one of these essays, and that's basically how we move through the course. Let me jump back right now to the PowerPoint. The course is going to be split up into 4 major units, and each of the units corresponds with one of the essays. Unit 1 is going to be about understanding the essentials of argument, and that's what we're going to be working on first. And there's 6 video lessons. This is the first video lesson. This is going to lead up to the completion of the first essay. Essay 1 is a 2 to 3 page original argument essay, and so you'll be writing that pretty soon, probably. Following the argument, we're going to move into Unit 2. Unit 2 is kind of an introduction to academic writing, and that's going to be 8 video lessons. And this is where we're going to really understand some of the more important concepts of the class in this unit. That leads up to the completion of Essay 2, which is a summary response essay, and that's a little bit longer. It'll be about 3 to 5 pages, plus a references, very important. We're going to talk about references in that unit, and I'm going to have you choose one of 2 essays, summarize it, and then respond to it. Unit 3 is critiquing sources and deducing conclusions. So in this one, we're going to be doing a lot more critical thinking. And that's going to be the sort of focus of this unit. It's 6 video lessons, and we'll talk about different strategies for thinking critically, and that'll lead up to Essay 3, which is a critical comparison. So you're going to compare 2 argumentative essays critically and talk about which one is stronger. So that's about 4 to 6 pages, plus a references too. The last one is Unit 4. So Unit 4 is where we get into the research part of the unit. This is 10 lessons, so it's a few lessons longer, but there's also some more important things that we need to talk about, like using the online library. So there's several lessons, and there's only 2 journals that go along with this lesson, but there's 10 lessons as part of it. And that'll lead up to Essay 4, which is an argumentative research essay. It's going to be the longest one of the semester. It's 5 to 7 pages, plus the references, and you're going to have at least 5 sources. So that's the idea for the course sequencing. Hopefully it's pretty clear. So there's 2 major components of the course. As I mentioned, the first one is the journal. So each of the 4 units is going to have 6 to 10 short video modules like we just saw. Following some of the modules, you're going to be asked to complete readings. So sometimes I'm going to ask you to complete readings, and sometimes I'll ask you to do short and formal writing assignments called journals. The journals could be a lot of different things. I might ask you to give your opinion on an article, or to summarize an article, or to criticize an article, or to start conducting some research, or to create an outline, or to write an introduction. There are several different things that we will do in the journals. There's only 7 of them total, but they're important because they're sort of practice steps in the process. So when you complete the journals, you'll be practicing some of the skills that I discussed in the videos. With each of the journals, this is really important here, once you get to a journal and you complete the journal, I want you to do it in Microsoft Word, complete your journal in Microsoft Word, and then you're going to email that journal to me as an attachment. To my email, again, very important, brooks.winchell@go.cambridgecollege.edu. And after you email it to me, I'm going to get back to you within 24 hours. I'm going to try to get back within 24 hours with some feedback on your journal. When I give you the feedback, I'm going to give you a grade from 1 to 4 of that journal. So if your grade is a 3 or a 4, you should move on to the next module. If your grade's a 1 or a 2, you should reattempt that journal because you may have missed some of the important skill steps as part of the journal assignment. In addition to the journal, we also have essays. So like I said before, we have 4 units. Each unit ends with an essay. Each essay is going to have a first draft and then a final draft. Once you finish the first draft, very similar to the journals, I'm going to, once you finish a unit, I'm going to have you download the assignment sheet. So I'll have an assignment sheet at the end of each unit that'll give you the details of the essay. So once you finish each unit, you'll download the assignment sheet, you'll read the assignment sheet, and then you'll complete the first draft of the essay. Then again, I'm going to have you email me your first draft here, my email, brooks.winchell@go.cambridgecollege.edu, and I'll review your essay's first draft, and I'll send you some feedback on it. And I'll comment on many things, maybe your introductions, your transitions, your development, your citation, grammar and formatting. With the journals, I'm going to give just rougher feedback. I won't give any feedback on grammar or anything like that. It's just concepts mostly. But with the essays, I will focus a little bit more closely on some of the grammar and how you put the essay together. After you get my feedback, you should follow my comments and try to make the changes to the best of your ability, and then email me a final draft. Once you email me the final draft of the essay, you can move on to the next unit. And I'll get you a grade and feedback on that final draft shortly after. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the structure of the course. So hopefully it's been clear, but here's a nice graphic that I made of the course. This basically lays out each of the 4 units, right? So we have first unit, Introduction to Argument and Essay Structure. So in this unit, we're watching the introduction video now. There's going to be 5 other videos. The next video is going to end with Journal 1. Then we'll have 3 more videos. And the 5th video will end with Essay 1 assignment, and you'll download the essay. The 6th lesson will be a grammar unit that you can and should watch as you're completing the essay. Unit 2 is going to be academic writing and summary response. So again, we have 2 journals. We have 2 journals in this one. So Journal 2 is at video 9, and then Journal 3 is at video 12, and then Essay 2 is assigned after video 13, and again, video 14 is going to be another grammar-specific lesson that you can think about and consider as you're designing Essay 2 and writing it. Essay 3 is critical thinking and evaluating arguments. So this is 6 again. There's 2 journals. There's one on video 16 and one on video 18. And then Essay 3 will be assigned after video 19. Video 20 will be a 3rd grammar lesson unit. Essay 4, Unit 4, research and synthesis essay. This one's 10. So there are several videos in a row here where there's no journals. A lot of these are sort of just talking about research and what research is and how to find sources. After lesson 26, I'm going to give you assign journal 6, which is basically come up with your research topic. And then video 28 has journal 7, which is complete an outline and introduction. And then after video 29, I'm going to assign you essay 4 and have you write that final research essay. Video 30 will not be grammar. This will be review of the class. So we have sort of 3 major grammar ones. But that's a good sort of perspective of what the course looks like. Proceeding through the course. So since this course is going to be completely asynchronous, that is, we're going to have, we're going to be working, you're going to be working at your own speed and at your own pace. These are the sort of requirements for the course, and this is the best way to work through the course. First, you want to watch each video module. Right? After each video module, I want you to complete the assigned readings that go along with the video and the journals that go along with that video. Once you get to the end of the unit, I want you to complete the essay. And once you get through the first unit, you'll move into the second unit. Watch the videos, complete the journals, finish the essay, move on to the third one, watch the videos, complete the journals and readings, write the essay, move on to the fourth one, watch the videos, complete the journals, finish the fourth essay. Once you get done the fourth essay, you're basically done. So if you're really diligent, okay, put here, that is, if you work hard, you can complete this course pretty quickly, I think. So technically, we're supposed to be running this course for 10 weeks. But I think you could probably finish it in 6 or fewer if you work through the course, pretty quickly. So that's one of the real benefits of doing a course this way. That said, this is really important too, you got to make sure that you're dedicated, that you keep committed to the course. Maybe you want to just set time aside on Monday nights, keep that 6 to 10 block, although you don't have to come here, you can do the work at your house if you want. But keep that time to make sure that you do work through the course, because it does take some time to watch the videos, complete the readings, complete the journals, wait for my feedback. So you don't want to procrastinate. You want to make sure you're working and getting it through quickly. I'm going to be monitoring you pretty closely, and if you aren't working on it, I'll be sending you emails and I'll be calling you too. So that's the way through the course, and that's the syllabus for the course. So here we are at the end of the first lesson. Now what you want to do is move on to lesson 2, and I'll see you there.